Dealing with grief and loss can be overwhelming, confusing, lonely. Do you get really, really, really into your feelings and agitated? Do you have a problem accepting the loss? Do you feel lonely and sometimes even betrayed? Well, you're going to stay in that rut unless you find a way out. Grief and loss is something that has to be processed, and if you don't process it, you'll never be able to move forward with life. Most people lay in the bed waiting for the day to come that they're going to feel good or that the pain is going to be less. Guess what? That day is not going to come. There are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days. It's what you do with those days. You have the right to be happy. You have the right to get up out of your bed and have an optimistic mindset on your day. You have the right to live. Hello, everyone. I am Stacy with the Stacy Joe Foundation, and I am going to give you 5 tips to help you with grief and loss. Now, I could be somebody who just read a book or took a class and I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on what I feel people should do to deal with grief and loss. But no, I actually have taken classes. I've actually gone to school, but at 16, I actually lost a daughter. In my 30s, I lost a husband. Recently, I've lost a brother and I've lost a sister. So I'm not giving you advice that I've heard about. I'm giving you advice that has worked and that other people are using and that I have used to deal with grief and loss. So the very first thing you should do is find emotional support. This is important because you need someone that you can talk to that is going to be non-judgmental, that's going to validate your feelings, that's going to offer a listening ear for your sorrow and for your love and for your appreciation for whatever it is that you are missing. And it doesn't have to just be for grief. It doesn't just have to be for a lost loved one. You could have lost a job. You could have an illness. You could be dealing with a separation and divorce. There are multiple things that people feel grief and loss for. So don't confuse this with just someone dying. You can need help for all different types of reasons, and grief and loss sink in those reasons. So find someone who is going to be very diligent in understanding you, being there for you, not judging you, and genuinely caring about how you're feeling in the process in which you're going through. Number 2 is personalized guidance. Grief is a unique journey, and a lot of coaches specialize in giving guidance on direction and feelings and just your unique journey that you're going through. And I'm looking at this because I made a note that I did not want to forget. And it says, a lot of coaches tailor their support to your specific needs, helping you address particular challenges you face. I do that. But if you find someone that can offer that for you, find them. Find someone that you can get this guidance from, because you don't want to take the wrong information and use it wrong. You are in a very vulnerable state, and you want to make sure that all the information that you're consuming is good for you. And you want to make sure that the next moves you make put you in the right path. You don't want to relive and rehash a lot of what you're currently going through a year from now or 6 months from now because you didn't process things correctly. So make sure you actually have a personalized guidance person who actually helps you deal with the situations and your unique journey. The next one, number 3, is practical strategies. You want to come up with something that is going to allow you to get through your grief journey. That could be a good night routine, starting to work out, starting to do things that you've always wanted to do and putting them in your daily routine. You want to make sure that what you're doing is not diminishing your thought process on what's happening, but it's improving how you feel going through the thought process. For example, when my husband died, people walked in and I was painting my wall. And somebody was like, do you even care? Are you grieving? What a stupid question. But at that moment, I wasn't ready to deal with the emotional stress. And so I was doing something to deal with that. Later that night, I was able to get in the shower and cry and do things my way. Don't feel forced to do things because people want to show. Don't feel forced to do things because people are standing around you and trying to make you feel a certain way. Do what you need to do in a routine that allows you to be the best you. Number 4 is goal setting. You are going to be rebuilding your life. So you're going to have to set some goals and some new boundaries that are going to allow you to rebuild your life. If you want people to continually talk about what it is that you're grieving over or your loss, okay. If you don't, set that boundary. Let people know, I don't want to sit and talk to you about this. I have a private person that I'm talking to about this, or I have 1 or 2 specific people that I talk to about this, which, allow me to build and grow. But in the process of rebuilding your life, in which you will have to do in any situation, whether that be a loss of a job, whether that be a loss of a loved one, whether that be divorce, whether that be an illness, you are going to be rebuilding your life some type of way. So you want to make sure that you set goals to manage stress and to create a sense of purpose, and to make sure that you are not just dipping off and doing anything just to make yourself feel better. And number 5 is future-oriented perspectives. Now, I typically tell people to go find a life coach and find someone that's going to help you re-sculpt your life and reimagine how your life can be without the people that already know you. And the reason is because the people that know you put limitations on you. They feel like this is what you're able to do. This is not what you're able to do. With a life coach, you're able to just tell them, this is what I want to do, and they're going to help you do it. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, find a friend or someone that you genuinely trust and value, or a mentor that you genuinely trust and value to help you do this. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be your life. It's going to be your goals. And I know this sounds really weird to be making goals while you're stressed out with grief and loss. But guess what? If you do not set goals, life is just going to life on you. You are never going to see a way out. You're going to be laying in the bed wondering what's next, and what's next is going to be the next day of you laying in the bed. So do things that are going to allow you to grow, to feel better, but also to process what you're going through. And when you look at what your life was before and you look at what your life is going to be, it's going to be hard, because guess what? This isn't the $200,000 job that I once had, or this isn't the husband that I once had, or this isn't the child that I once had, or this isn't the body that I once had. I have something that happened to my body, so now I have to restructure my life to live a certain way. It's okay if you embrace it and get ready for it. So I was hoping this was going to be a very short, brief video, because normally what I say is, are you ready to have a seat on the couch? All right, let's do it. And we dive deep in. But I really just wanted to take a really quick moment to talk to you about grief and loss, because it is so huge right now. And so many people are dealing with this. Get the help you need. Follow me, like, subscribe, watch videos, read books, do things that are going to empower you to get to the next point in your life, because guess what? You're worth it.